Good day, dear friends. We are happy to welcome you on Allatra TV. In our Dubai studio today we have a special guest, Omar. Hi, Omar.
Hi,
Can you please introduce yourself? Tell us what do you do and how you found us about us.
I'm Omar. I'm Egyptian. I live in UAE. I'm working here, working as an architect. I got to know about the movement through one of my close friends, which introduced me to the ideas of the movement, and that's how I got to know you.
Omar, today we are conducting a social survey on the platform of Allatra Public Movement. Basically, we want to find out the opinions of people from all over the world, how they envision the future of our society. How can you describe a society where it will be comfortable to live for you, for your friends, family, where you will feel happy?
Actually, I think a community where people will thrive happily or will be a good place for people to live and for kids to grow up is a place which is more about giving and less about consuming. It's more about development on all levels, like personal development, maybe community-wise development, where the overall is always positive, not negative. Like we're always gaining, not losing resources, not exploiting our resources, but actually increasing to it. Like the overall outcome should be always positive for the planet, for the even on an economical level, even on political level. There's a lot to do. This is how I see it.
Can you describe how in such a creative society, from your point of view, should look like education, medicine? Maybe you would like to add some other points.
Okay, a creative society, I think, is a society where all our activities, all our actions are somehow suits our real needs, all our needs for everybody, not only for a minority or for a small group, but for the whole. I can give examples. The concept that people are talking about right now about roads that you can get electricity from, maybe working on the renewable energy projects, maybe somehow use our technology that boomed in the last 100 years for our sake, for the sake of the coming generations. Having things set for people to be free to develop, to give more, is somehow how it can be creative. Using our technology for our sake, using the technology and the collective consciousness of the people to help the people in need. So this is, I think, how this can be the creative way to do.
So when science benefits the whole society.
Exactly.
That's why on the platform of Allatra Public Movement, on Allatra TV, we have almost every week, we have round tables. We try to invite professionals from different spheres. It's called Game of Professionals. It's where you can freely express your opinion without any harm to your professional reputation.
It is so important for two reasons, I believe. The first one is, of course, hearing the other, hearing their experiences, hearing the challenges they face will somehow help me to understand the challenges I face and help me even sometimes find more creative solutions, like we were saying in the last question. Maybe even give you a different perspective about what's happening, giving you more info. And on the other hand, this kind of brainstorming will help the people develop themselves, will develop the way they see the problems, will even sometimes make us see problems as chances to contribute and give more. So somehow on a technical level, when you get this kind of information, it will help you a lot to develop personally, and automatically this will reflect on whatever you're doing personally and in your own community. It will be part of our subconscious, not even our conscious movement. So I think it's very important. important or it can be very beneficial, and I'd like to be a part of that if I get a chance.
Amazing. I like how you mentioned the chance, each problem could be treated as a chance.
True.
And I heard that I think in Chinese or in Japanese language, the word problem at the same time it means like a door or an opportunity.
True.
Do you think this type of conference is important nowadays? And will it be interesting for you, maybe your friends and family, to come to express your opinion?
First of all, I'll be interested to join a conference like that. The connection between people worldwide is very important because most of the communication that happens between people who live abroad, which are not friends, we're just like, you just see them on the news. Maybe the governments will somehow have their own communications for just maybe commercial and political benefits. But did we really know each other? Did we really get introduced? You know, when you travel to a different country and get to introduce to the people culture, the people way of living, the way of thinking, this somehow reflects on us. So I think this conference might be doing that, because when you discuss your problems or your ideas and the others will do that, we will reach somewhere. Like it will take us to the next step of implementation of whatever solutions that can come out of that.
Despite such modern technologies, somehow we are still not united. And
Yeah, true.
That's why if you will look into our Allatra TV channel on YouTube, all people that you see, they are volunteers.
You know, the thing is, in these kind of meetings, even like the one we are doing right now, when you have this intention, you have this positive mentality inside you, boundaries are broken much easier. Like if we didn't know each other and we meet in the street, maybe we'll have our stereotyping, maybe I will have the ideas that we have originally about each other. But when you are coming with a positive intention to help or to contribute to something which will help others, something that's global, all these barriers are open. A lot of barriers that takes time will get open and people will communicate efficiently, not just communicate. Because we are all the time communicating on our phones, on our WhatsApp, on our social media. But like no efficient communication is really happening. No discussion for the real problems, the real challenges that we are having on a personal level, on an emotional level, even on an environmental level. We do not discuss that even if we believe in that. So I guess these kind of conferences will help us break these barriers and will help us to communicate more about our ideas.
True, because most of the time when we meet a person for the first time, our consciousness makes some judgments based on appearance or our previous experience. But when you get to know a person in an official atmosphere, you find out that we're all humans.
Exactly.
So in this case, what do you think? Is there something that unites people from all over the world, despite their skin color, religion, or ethnic background?
I think the challenges is what is uniting us sometimes and should even unite us more. The environmental challenges, the problems that we are facing every day with the pollution in the air or in the sea. The issues that we all should stand for, and if one of us is not really, or a group is not really contributing or not really united after the same target, we will all fail. We are all on the same boat. So I think this is the main thing that should be uniting us more nowadays, everybody from everywhere in the world. If all the countries in the world took measures to prevent the pollution, but some didn't, still all of us will be affected. So I think this is the main thing that will be uniting people now.
That's also a very good point that you mentioned, because a lot of scientists and a lot of politicians, officials right now raising awareness about climate change. And it's a very good point that in most of the news they mention that a lot of casualties happen because people are being unprepared, uninformed, even unorganized at some point. And In this case that you mentioned, it's very important for us to stand together like a family. Then maybe our society and global community can come over any challenges. What do you think?
We do not really always see the domino effect happening around us. So maybe this is what we need to understand more. Maybe this is what even can at some point be highlighted in one of the projects. How you can start a very small act somewhere that can really affect other people in a totally different place in the world who are really in need or really facing a challenge. So maybe these kind of conferences can highlight that. And politicians, in the end, whatever they do, somehow their powers are limited, because politics has a lot of aspects to keep in mind. But the real motive, or the real positive motives, will come always from the people, from the grassroots. So this is actually why this kind of movements can be more even positively affecting than the people in power.
Amazing. So basically, we are the ones who should start taking care about the community.
We are the majority.
When it will be a question what I can do for my neighbor, what I can do for the community, and not keep demanding what community can do for me, then maybe our society can change when we change the attitude first of all from ourselves.
We need a time all together to sit and discuss our real problems, because we are all being stressed in our days for our work, for our covering our basic needs. Life is stressful, work is stressful, and we really forget why we are here. We really forget to connect.
Where is love? Where is happiness?
Exactly. Like we even do not connect spiritually, connect emotionally. We do not really share our real source, our real us. We are hiding behind a lot of barriers. Some of them are forced, some of them are being missed. So I think that's a positive aspect for being here.
Would you like to live for example, in a society, we call it creative society, where your, let's say, working day will be 4 hours per day and 4 days per week, where you will have full social benefits and coverage, and the salaries will be only medium and high, and you'll get 2 vacations per year. Do you think it's possible to do in a creative society?
I believe it can partially be done, because this is a very big topic. But if you go to the basics of it, we have resources that's enough for everybody on our planet. For food, for energy, we have enough resources. But we are not using it properly, we are not using it sustainably, we're exploiting it sometimes, so we are not getting equal shares, let's say. Some of us are working endless hours, some of us are working much less, but we'll get maybe an equal pay, or the people who will work more will get less. So, of course, I would love to be living in a community like that, but it is a big challenge to do, because if we reach the level of really sharing the resources and using them sustainably, yeah, we can reach this point maybe after I don't know how many years, but yeah, this can be reached. Some challenge should be kept for people to prove themselves, to prove their worth, to use their abilities, to use their ideas, to try to be better or try to be the best in something. This should be kept there. But yeah, the resource part, we are talking about all kinds of resources like food, clean air, clean water. That's the right for everybody. That's the right that if this creative world will be offering that to everybody, of course I'm in for that, I'm down for that. So yeah, I would like to do that, but is it workable? We have enough resources.
Now, every time when you are saying it's a challenge, I hear opportunity.
Yeah.
Because previously you said challenge equals opportunity.
It is.
If you change like this concept, that scene, and it comes to my mind this question that you're saying it could take up to like how many years, it's unknown. But what if the majority of people, or like a lot of people, will gather together in the one conference call or in any means, and they will decide that this is what we want. Let's see what we can do. Do you think it's doable in, let's say, I don't know, 2 to 5 years?
Maybe if everybody gets on board on the same idea and agree, yeah, I believe we can do it. Maybe in 5 years, yeah, it can be done. It, it, it's just a matter of everybody agreeing and somehow showing and voting for the same idea. Yeah, it can happen in a short-term plan.
What do you think could be done in order to like as many people to find out about this initiative?
I believe the first thing that can help people know about this initiative, which was the reason that I'm here right now, is the word of mouth. The word of mouth is always the strongest. When you discuss an idea with somebody, it's always better than an advertisement or a video, let's say. Because when I see a video, I only see what you are sharing. But when I'm talking to you, you have the chance to ask me. So I can give you whatever you are waiting to hear or whatever you're trying to clear up to understand. So I think word of mouth is the strongest mean to reach
like
more
a theory
people.
of 5 handshakes, right? That all people are connected.
Yeah, true.
By the means of 5 handshakes.
True. It's gonna be interesting to explore that.
Just like in the means of communication, like me and you right now, we're just talking, right?
But honestly, after this interview, I will be interested to go on to maybe share the experience with my friend about what's happening with me today, about the whole idea of the movement.
Amazing. Let's fantasize that today you woke up in a creative society, in the society where you are happy. Can you describe your usual day, how you will spend today in a creative society? How does it look like?
I think the main tasks that I'm gonna be doing are gonna be similar, but they're gonna look totally different. Like, I'll probably like to wake up, maybe I'll be ready to go to work. As you were saying, I think the day will have some shorter hours. Maybe instead of 8 or 9, it's gonna be 5 or 6. I think that work itself will be more productive. Maybe we're gonna be using our technology that we have reached right now to be more beneficial. I think people will not be only working to wait for their salaries to the end of the month, but I believe that a creative society is a place where people will have the chance to find and educate themselves and work in whatever they really like, not be forced because of society or because of decisions to be only working at whatever you got a chance. I think transportation will be more efficient. I think people will be more positive, will be more happy, people will be more relaxed. This is the thing that if you're gonna fantasize, I think I'd like to be living in or seeing. And I think we'll be having more time for these kind of initiatives, these kind of movements, these kind of acts of positivity on all ways, maybe on spiritual level, maybe on a educational level. But I think these 2-3 hours that we'll be losing or removing from work will be given into this just positive approach to sustain a positive reality to live in all aspects. Like maybe you can work 4 or 5 hours in your job for gaining your salary, and another 3 hours somehow contributing in something that you can be helping others with. I believe we'll be also living in a more sustainable community, not just a consumer one, in means of food, fuel, or energy on the overall. Maybe health-wise we'll be able to help more people, give more free health insurance for people to get treated. You know, there are basic rights that everybody should be offered equally. This is, I think, if I'm gonna fantasize, is what I'm looking for.
So basically we'll have more time to care about each other.
Exactly. You summarize what I've said.
So what would you like to do in your free time in such a creative society?
I believe if I'm gonna personally think about myself based on my interests or based on what I like or what I learned, I like to work maybe on researching, basic researching, maybe collecting and analyzing data. I'm an architect, of course I would be more than happy to contribute to projects that can somehow make the places that we live in or the roads that we drive in more a better place. Sustainable or better or more beneficial for people. So this is what I'm looking for, like what I can see myself giving.
That's amazing. Thank you very much, Omar, for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
Maybe you'd like to wish something for our viewers?
Let's say I'll be wishing for people to be able to explore themselves more and be able to discuss more about all the positive or all the needs that we are all having. So this is what I'm wishing for.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
See you soon on Allatra TV.
Hopefully. Hopefully. Thank you so much.